If you just joined us, you're watching TVC News at 10. Well, here in Lagos, the government says it is creating a more inclusive environment for persons who might be living with Usher syndrome, a genetic disorder that causes blindness and deafness. Well, the state government, through the Office of Disability Affairs, has now joined some countries around the world to commemorate Global Usher Syndrome Day. Sarah Ayeku reports.
Imagine living in a world where you're gradually losing your sight and hearing. Usher syndrome, a rare genetic disorder, affects 400,000 people globally, causing deaf-blindness and mobility issues. In Nigeria, the condition remains poorly understood and addressed. For the Executive Director, Lionheart Ability Leaders International Foundation, being deaf-blind presents a daily challenge. More concerning is that Nigeria lacks genetic testing facilities and knowledgeable medical practitioners that can identify and manage this condition. Solomon's personal struggle led him to establish this foundation in 2019, advocating for awareness and proper care for those affected. His organization has been able to discover 63 persons with deaf-blindness in the southwestern region, most of them in terrible living conditions.
With people around me not knowing how to talk to me, everybody around me thinking I wouldn't be able to make anything in life because of the combination of vision and hearing loss. This condition is for now not curable, but it can be prevented. And because of the lack of the equipment necessary for genetic testing and counseling for the identification, prevention and management of Usher syndrome, even the prevention might become very, very difficult.
With support from the Disabilities Rights Fund, the foundation conducted a research on the level of awareness of Usher syndrome among healthcare workers in Lagos and discovered many medical practitioners in Nigeria aren't familiar with Usher syndrome.
They would want the government to do with healthcare what they're doing with transports, because, you know, a child with disability wants to board public transport. They have a card, a special card that exempts them from paying. They also want to do this, that at least let them subsidize if they won't totally rule out the cost.
The earlier we start talking about this thing eyeball to eyeball, the better for everybody. The irony of it is Lagos state government officials, either the judiciary, the executive, they have children. They have members of their family with disability. And the painful thing is the fact that you don't have disability now does not mean it has passed you by. So the earlier we come together under one roof and have periodic conversation on issues concerning disability. Let's have, okay, where are we now? Where do we want to be in the next 6 months?
Usher syndrome is inherited through a specific genetic pattern requiring 2 defective genes, one from each parent. Carriers with a single mutated gene remain unaffected, but they can pass it to their offspring. Only those who inherit 2 faulty genes, one from each parent, will develop Usher syndrome. Sarah Ayeku, TVC News, Lagos.